Let's move on to the next level. Let's do the process in which we are going to induce self-awareness of your achievements. To do this, the first thing I want you to think about is the good actions you have done for other people. If you notice, here we are counteracting the idea that you are not a good person, that you never do anything well. I am sure that throughout these years, you have helped other people or even animals. Deep down, what I want you to see here is that to be a hero, you don't need to do something huge. It is enough for you to simply give love to an animal that needs it, or to assist someone who, at a particular time, needed your help. One of my clients told me that on weekends he used to go to do volunteer work at a nursing home. If you look closely, the possibilities are endless. What I want here is for you to be the one who can once again be aware of your own heroism, with which we destroy the idea that you have not achieved anything in the years you have lived. What happens is that because of that bad experiences you have had, you yourself have buried all the goodness and contribution that you have given to the world. So I want you to focus on exactly that, on the moments when you were a hero to others, because you are. Once you know that you have helped others, I want you to think about your triumphs. I want you to think about difficulties that you faced at some point in your life and that you overcame. When I asked this question to one of my clients who has suffered a relationship breakup, he told me that a couple of years ago he had overcome a very serious illness. That's clearly a win. But I want you to go further back and think even about your childhood. What moments in your life made you feel like you were a winner? It might be having gotten the Christmas gift of your dreams. It might even be having an affair with your crush. If you notice, here I talk about challenges that you face in your daily life and in which you overcame, which I am sure were many. What happens is that immersed in the negative, one tends to focus more on the defeats than on the triumphs. But if you think about it, you will realize that throughout your life, contrary to what many may tell you have been a winner. And the third thing I want you to think about in relation to the topic of achievements is, what are your life goals that you have achieved? When I ask this question in consultation, most people tell me I have not achieved anything in my life. But when I ask them to do a deeper examination, people begin to remember that they did set goals in life that they ended up achieving. So here I want you to remember again those goals that you achieved beyond the failures that you may have had. I am sure that, as in the previous case, throughout your life, you have achieved most of the objectives you have set for yourself. What happens is that on many occasions, people tend to focus on the bigger goals they set, which are often not met precisely because of the difficulty involved in achieving that goal. But here comes the key to this. Even if you didn't achieve that goal, you achieved something else. What did you achieve thanks to that failure? Clearly, what allowed you to achieve another life goal, with which we put things back into perspective. Yes, you are someone who complies with what you set out to do, but because of the breakup of your relationship or the mistreatment you received from other people, you fell into the belief that you could never achieve anything, which is false. And for this reason, I want you to think about those that you did achieve and that made you grow as a person.